What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today I thought we'd start a mini Q&A series where I'll invite on different YouTubers and investors onto each video and we'll ask them 10 questions. So each of these investors or YouTubers will give a brief synopsis of who they are, and then we'll ask them 9 or 10 different investing questions with the hope of hopefully giving you some tips, tricks and advice to making your own investing or YouTube channel even better. So our first YouTuber or investor today is Euan Copeland, who we can see on screen now. He is getting close to the 5,000 subscriber mark, which is crazy because I remember when I started off YouTube, he was one of the first guys that actually commented on one of my videos, and it's crazy to see how fast his channel is growing, so fair play to him. And after this video, it'd be much appreciated if you would go over and subscribe to his channel as well. First question I have for Euan is just give a brief overview of who you are.
So I'm Euan, thanks for having me on your channel, Brian. I make videos about personal finance and investing, and I'm also a trainee accountant, but I'm hoping to do this full time. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see.
That's good stuff, Euan, thanks very much. So the second question is, when and why did you start investing?
So I started investing around 2 years ago. I started investing very passively through Moneybox, but in the last year, I started investing using Trading 212, so more active investing, more looking at stocks and ETFs, etc., because I wanted to take control of my own money rather than just put it in passively into something that's taking all the fees away. But anyway, why did I start investing? Well, I started because I want to become financially independent and financially free down the line and live off my investment.
Yeah, I think that was one of the whole reasons why I actually moved from the Giro to Trading 212, because you highly recommended it. And certainly the younger you do start investing, you definitely have a much better outcome or chance of actually becoming financially free. So the third question is, if you could only pick one stock, what would it be and why?
I'd pick Apple because personally I've got an Apple phone, I've got Apple MacBook, I've got Dr. Dre Beats. So personally for me it's a really good company to invest in because I know their products, I know how well they're made, and I use them personally every day, all three of them every day. So for me that's a great investment because I'm using what they produce. They've also got great financials. So they've got a lot of cash on their balance sheets, which is really good. We love to see that. And this just allows them to invest into more products and to constantly innovate.
That's very true actually, and that was one of the first companies that I've ever invested in. And also in yesterday's video, we made a video with Dandy Finance in relation to comparing different tech companies. So Apple was definitely the best pick out of those three as well. So that kind of brings us nicely on to the next question of what one bit of advice would you give to a new investor?
I would say start with something passive, so as I did, whether that's Moneybox or just an ETF, just something that you can just start getting into the habit of investing into, because then that gives you the opportunity to start investing. However, obviously that gives you more time to do other stuff. So you're into the habit of investing every single month, but then you can learn more about companies, more about stocks and the whole overall stock market, but you're already investing. So there's no lost time, if that makes sense.
That's definitely true in terms of kind of picking an ETF at the start, as you can't really go wrong with ETFs and they're very diversified. I did kind of find, however, that when I did start investing, that I nearly invested in 50 or 60 individual companies as well as ETFs all at once. So I kind of do feel that when you start investing like that, especially at the beginning, you do really need to dip your toes in all different sectors and different styles to kind of find what best suits you. So as I said at the start of the video as well, you're nearly at the 5,000 subscriber mark, which is incredible. So if you could start again, what one piece of advice would you give to new YouTubers?
I'd say try and hit 100 videos. So I know that's a bit cliche and everyone says it, but I do believe that's true. If you can hit 100 videos, then you know what you've had the experience to make a video for almost 2 years or 1 year, depending on how many you do a week, which gives you that opportunity to grow, and it also gives you an idea of what content you want to do, and then you can decide whether it's still for you or it's worth continuing, basically. I know that is a lot of videos, however, I do think that it is worth putting in the time and doing that and just seeing how it goes. I'm not at 100 yet because I haven't been doing it that long, but I think I'm about 70 videos. So you just need to keep pumping them out and hopefully one of them will take off and you'll be golden.
That's very true in terms of trying to get to the 100 video mark. And I think at the start as well that you do need to kind of just pump out as many videos as you can as well, and kind of focus on quantity over quality at the start, in my opinion, as it kind of helps you improve your videos week in, week out. And again, it gives you a bit more exposure as well. So the next question, Euan, is do you prefer dividend or growth stocks?
So I'm a bit of a mixed bag with this because I want to live off my dividends or live off my investments down the line. So I do have some dividend stocks. I have a dividend pie on Trading 212, and I also have growth stocks like Apple, depending on which one do you think, because they obviously pay a dividend, and Tesla and all this stuff.
I'm the same really. I kind of hold both dividend and growth stocks, as you can see from any of my Trading 212 portfolio updates. So that kind of brings us on to the next question then of what tools, apps, etc. do you use to research stocks before you decide on buying?
So number one is Genuine Impact. So I've used that app to get sort of background of their overall value, what their future looks like, and I think it's a really good app to just make sure you can see an overview of that company. And then I also, if I'm looking at a specific company, I will go onto their website and look at the financials, what they're planning to do with the money that they've got, how much profit they made, etc., etc. Because you should really look at that. And the third one is Simply Wall Street, which is a really good tool for looking at individual stocks. They sort of give you an idea of what they think is going to happen to it, and I think it's just a good platform.
I definitely have to check those out because personally I don't use those when I'm checking stocks, so definitely I'm going to have a look at those after this video. So the next question, as we both use Trading 212, it'd be good to see your insight in terms of one pro and one con of the broker.
So the pro is obviously it's really cheap, so there's no fees for buying stocks. There's barely any fees. There's only fees on the I think it's the debit cards now, which is obviously it's a bit of a con, but there's a way around it to get completely free. So yeah, that's my pro. The con is obviously that it's a newer platform than say Vanguard or Hargreaves Lansdown and these other well-established companies. So there's but there's more risk of potentially it not doing so well and not staying around as long. But with the amount of users that they've got, I think it's a really good opportunity for them to continue growing, and the amount of capital that's invested into it, I think it should keep them afloat.
Second last question is, who is your favorite YouTuber / investor?
So I'd have to say this guy, I can't remember what his name is, Brian Bullman Investing? Yeah, that guy. In all seriousness, obviously I do enjoy your content, Brian, but I was thinking maybe Andre Jick or Graham Stephan. If I had to choose one, let's go with Graham Stephan, just because I really like his podcast with what's his name, Jack. I really like that podcast. They got great guests, and overall as a YouTuber, I think he's more of the overall package. But yeah, that'd be my second, obviously, to Brian.
Yeah, I'd put that Brian guy in first position as well. But I do agree in terms of Graham Stephan being better than Andre, because personally I feel that Andre's magician, like the stuff he does as a magician as well, it kind of gets a bit annoying after a while and it's kind of repetitive as well. So I do think as well, I agree that Graham Stephan is definitely kind of the better overall package. So the 10th and final question is probably a bit more of a job interview style question, but where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I really do struggle with this question because I don't really think about it that much. But I'm hoping that I will be doing YouTube full time and I'll be living a life of luxury and enjoying my time as a content creator and making videos. Maybe I'll branch out into something different, make some more videos about my life and what I'm doing with businesses and stuff like that, which will be different to just like straight investing. So maybe a second channel, maybe a podcast and stuff like that. I really do enjoy the content creation side of this, whether it's videos about me sitting in the bath or just general stuff like that. I'm not sure why the light is making me look so white, but yeah, that's where I see myself in 5 years. I wanted to say thank you to Brian for having me on his channel, and yeah, hope to see you on my channel soon. But yeah, thanks.
So that kind of brings the end to the first Q&A on this channel. I just want to say thanks very much again to Euan Copeland for taking his time to actually put together the video. So thanks very much for that, Euan. If you found this video anyway helpful or entertaining, it'd be much appreciated if you would like the video, as would really help the video out in terms of the algorithm. And secondly, if you haven't subscribed to either myself or Euan, it would be much appreciated if you would subscribe to both channels. If you have any questions, queries or suggestions, please comment below and we'll be sure to get back to you as quick as we can. Thanks very much guys, and I will see y'all in tomorrow's video.